since you got to play with Michael. You know, almost, I don't know if the last 3 games, and just your take on what sort of player he is and what it's been like.
Yeah, obviously, like everyone knows that he's a huge player. You know, he's regular the front guy and the net front guy, and obviously he's pretty skilled. So I mean, it has been always like a pleasure to play with him. You know, and you know, he's obviously a pretty good player. You know, I like to play with him, but probably hopefully I'll see him next year.
Do you guys ever talk about the future?
No, not yet. We were like focusing on what's going on right now here in Grand Rapids, and he's now leaving to Detroit. So I mean, it was great to have him here. You know, he showed how good a player he is, and then I said, yeah, it was good.
Was he comfortable to work with?
Yeah, obviously. We played together in development camp, and then those games where we played before the season. So I mean, yeah, it was pretty good to play with him.
No, I mean, that was great setup by guys, by Z and by Terrace. They set me up for one time and I just shoot.
Were you surprised by either of them?
I don't know. I don't think so. I was surprised. Maybe I was surprised how much room they give me. But we actually was playing 6-on-3, so I was waiting for we were, like me and Terrace, we was on the flanks waiting for one timer. We lost it there. We had Ross make a great screen. Goalie that can't see the puck.
Yeah.
I saw you pound the ice on the second one. You know, wanted the puck. I mean, after you make that first one, do you have a feeling about that second one's going in, or I mean, you just rip it?
I just rip it.
What was your reaction when the second one goes in?
Oh yeah, I was so happy. You know, we was down half game and we was getting close to lose the game, and then we scored 2 in a minute. So I was really excited for that.
What does that do for the power play? You know, it's an area that teams struggle all year.
Yeah, I mean, that can just help us, you know. But the big thing was great screen by Ross and nice passes from Z and Terrace.
Kind of made a beeline there for the boards. Did you have friends or family there that you slammed up against the wall there, or just random?
No, just
random.
random.
Fans? Okay.
What's been like having Michael Rasmussen here? What sort of player have you seen from your side of him?
So, he's a great player, you know, like he's whole year up there in the NHL and he's doing good, so he helped us for sure. He's a great net front guy and he helped us.
How does he play differently here from when you played with him in Detroit?
Oh, that's different because he's got way bigger ice time here, so he was more new on the puck and he definitely got confidence and he was playing really well for us.
So Michael, can you take us what it's been like to be on the rehab and what you've learned from it?
Yeah, it's been tough. You never want to be out, and you never want to be in that spot not playing. So it's been tough on me, and I just try to stay positive and work hard to get back. And it's been good. So I'm feeling good.
What did you learn here?
Just how hard it is to be a pro. Even down here, all the guys are great players, and it's great. It's great competition out there. So it was great. All the guys welcomed me, with open arms, and really made me feel like at home. So. The experience has been really good. They have a good group down there, so it's good.
How's the grind?
It's fine.
I know it's a rehab step, but to be a part of a win like that, 2 goals in the last minute and a half, as fun as that as a hockey player.
Yeah, it's awesome. No matter where you are, it's awesome. And, it was good that we got the win there, and Phil came in the clutch for us, so it was really good.
It's crazy how you can go almost 6 periods without one and then 2 in 30 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. 5-on-3 is a little bit different, but obviously got that one, and then another great shot. So just how the game goes. It's all that's how the game goes.
How would you describe your time in Detroit so far before you got hurt?
It's been good. It's obviously an adjustment, and any level that you move up is always an adjustment, and it's been that for me. So I think I'm getting better, and I just got to keep working.
Michael, how difficult is it going to be for you to head back to Detroit and step right back in there? How long is it going to take for you to feel confident 100% up there?
Yeah, it's not going to be very hard. And, this is why I'm here. to get reconditioned and into game action. So it's going to make my transition a little bit smoother. And this is to take the difficulty out of it. So I'm pretty lucky that I can be a part of this.
Yeah, the Wings had said that you were going to go back right after this. Do you drive back tonight and try to
Yep.
get a team in the morning?
Yeah.
Does this make you feel more connected to the organization when you've experienced this level within family, I guess?
Yeah, I think whenever you meet different guys and different teammates, it's awesome. And definitely, I think it makes me feel a little bit more connected. And they're a great group of guys in here and a bunch of awesome teammates. So it's good.
I'm sorry, Tom. What happened on the one play with where the goal was disallowed?
Yeah, I guess I don't really know. I was kind of in the mix there, but I guess goalie got bumped somehow. But I'm not really sure.
That wasn't you that bumped him?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I was in there. There was a lot of bodies, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
You get back to Detroit, what do you look forward to most?
Just getting back, with the guys and playing the game and trying to contribute and help the team win. That's always the goal, and I'm just excited to see the guys and play the game.
What was it like playing with Sedina?
It was awesome. Yeah, I played with him a little bit in Traverse and rookie camp and stuff. So yeah, he's definitely taking strides in his game and he's looking like a real pro. So that goes for all these guys. They're real good pros.
Obviously, since both of you guys are top picks, do you ever look at him and go, okay, I could see us together in Detroit?
Yeah, for sure. I think you can say that about a lot of these guys. I think it's good to kind of picture that, and that's kind of a goal to work towards. So definitely, yeah, I hope one day I can play with him. He's obviously an elite player, so it'd be cool.
What do you think Phil Roenick's scores? That was pretty bizarre.
Well, I think you take away his 2 goals. I thought that was probably his most complete game since he's been down here. I thought he defended well. I thought he skated well. He was making good decisions with the puck. The fact that he had 2 goals at the end is obviously a bonus and huge for his confidence, but I'm not even looking at those goals. He played just a solid 200-foot game tonight.
Is that part of the way he's played since he's been back?
Well, again, it's consistency, and Phil had, the first game he was back, he was very good the first period and a half, and then it kind of fell off a little bit, and it's easy to try and do too much, and I think at times, he may not agree, but some things, some situations down there are a little bit more scrambly, and you got to keep things a little bit more simple at times. But I thought tonight he did that, and by keeping things simple and by moving your feet and making good, smart, conscious decisions with the puck, it boded well for his success.
Would you go almost 6 periods without a score, and then you get 2 quick, boom, boom? I mean, I know that's satisfying, obviously, but how frustrating on the other side of it to be working so hard and not see that, and then you get it, boom.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be interested to see the stats tomorrow and see where our shot selection came from. But I thought at times we weren't shooting the puck enough. We're being too selective with our shots, and we weren't shooting the puck coming off the rush away guys driving or trying to pass it through 2 or 3 guys. That happened probably 4 or 5 times, and one of them ended up with the turnover that ended up in the goal that they scored. So, when you're having trouble scoring goals like we did in San Antonio for the first 58 minutes of that game, you got to make sure that you're putting everything at the net. You got to make sure you're stopping at the net. And we didn't generate a lot of secondary chances because we weren't shooting the puck, let alone creating rebounds to get to those, those gritty areas. So I think whenever you're not scoring, you're going through those kind of droughts, you have to make sure that you're taking every chance to shoot the puck that you can.
Every win's big, but I mean, to steal that one, I mean, can that energize the group to make another run that you guys, and you've been playing well as well the whole year, but I mean, a win like that when it looks like it's not.
Well, a different kind of win. So again, it's not, it wasn't a clean win. It was, we did some good things, no question. We did some things that we need to work on, like I just mentioned with the, shooting the puck more and having more of a gritty mentality and grinder mentality. But it's just a different kind of win. I thought anytime you get a different kind of win, it is good for the team.
You want to offer your thoughts on Michael Rasmussen and how he's played in his 3 games here?
Yeah, it's, again, he hadn't played since January 4th, and then he came down here, again, hadn't played in this league, and then to join a different team, a different group, a different level in Texas of all places. So he came down in Texas. I thought he played very well, did what he does up top there by moving his feet, by getting to the net front, by protecting pucks with this big frame. And then went up to San Antonio, and again, I think as a group, We were a little bit sluggish coming after the All-Star break and playing back-to-back games, so I think he was no different than a lot of the other guys. And again, the back-to-back games with a little bit of travel between after time off is tough for any young player. And then coming back here, I thought did a tremendous job of, again, moving his feet, doing the things that he does up in Detroit, which is what enabled him to earn the right to stay there and make that team in Detroit out of camp. And I think you got a glimpse of tonight as to what you're going to see in the future of Detroit.
Mm-hmm. Can you take me a little bit on the line movement? You had him with Zadina, and he played a lot with Zadina tonight, but a lot with Megan and with different ones.
Yeah, well, again, it goes back to we were a little bit stagnant. We weren't generating a lot of offense. We're getting shots, but it wasn't a lot of sustained offensive zone pressure. So Z and Rass and Megan played well together in Texas. I separated them a little bit today just for a little bit more balance of our lines, and we weren't getting anything really accomplished here, so I put those guys back together. And sometimes you just jumble lines, see if someone can spark us, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Did he play like he was healthy?
Who's that?
Rass.
Yeah, I didn't see any issues. I mean, he's a big kid, and he had a great attitude when he was down here. And I think it's how you come down, how you approach it down here. And he could have been one toe in the water, kind of knowing that it was just conditioning. He was going back, but I thought that he came down and he embraced it, had a great mentality, and I think that just in the short period of time that he was here, you can see that he's got a tremendous work ethic. He takes his career very seriously, and he's a very self-driven human being. So it's not going to surprise me when he turns into a long-time Red Wing.
Story came out earlier today about Holland wanting to get Zadina time with the Red Wings in March. Has Holland been in constant contact with you about that?
No, I mean, we talk quite a bit with management, and our job. We're not concerned about what they're going to do in March. Our job is to wake up tomorrow morning and get better as a team and as individuals. So tomorrow morning's Thursday morning. We're going to wake up. We're going to get these guys what they need tomorrow and make sure that they're improving on a daily basis. Now, if that means in March, Z deserves and they want, and it's got to be both, a chance to play for Detroit, then great for him. We'll pack his bags, we'll be cheering from afar. But we hope that that's every goal and aspiration of every player in this locker room is to make the NHL, whether you're an ECHL call-up, whether you're an AHL contract, whether you're an NHL first round or an NHL seventh round pick. Your goal is to get to the highest level. So that's our job, is to help these guys get ready for that.
Then do you think if he doesn't play well, he wouldn't go up?
If he does play well?
Doesn't play well here, that he wouldn't go up, even if they would like him to?
That's a question for management, not me. But you know what? He's a highly touted prospect, and there's a lot of expectations for him. And a lot of times, whether you deserve it or not, they have to find out what you're about at the NHL level. Some players are better NHL players than they are American League players, and some players that are really good in the NHL come down here and they don't produce down here. So I think at the end of the day, they put a lot of time and effort into drafting Philip Zadina, and they want to see what he can do. So whether he deserves it or not, it's not my question to answer, but I think if you are here on a daily basis and you see how much he cares and competes and works, that whether the results are there or not, I think he deserves the opportunity at some point.
Situation you had, tonight, where you pull your goalie, you tie it, then you go up by one, and then they pull their goalie. Is that something you've seen a lot in your career? Is that pretty rare?
Crazy game, yeah. The ending was kind of a fun ending, I guess, albeit we're on the right side of the result, but those things just kind of happen. I don't know if I have seen a double goalie pull like that, but you got to be prepared as a coaching staff for anything to happen.